Good afternoon and welcome to Game 2 for the weekend, where the Varsity Division III Gales are taking on Capistrano United. Game running a little behind as the Division II games are finishing up a little late. Game being played over at Anaheim Ice. This will be the last game for the weekend. With more games coming in next weekend. We have a tournament back in Las Vegas at LVIC. Where the Gales will be playing the Utah Dogs, the PSD Prospects, and the Tri-Valley Blue Devils. Games happening 4:30 Friday afternoon, January 12th, Saturday the 13th at 2:35, and Sunday at 9:35. Games all being played over at Las Vegas Ice Center. Semifinal and championship games occurring Sunday evening, with the championship game coming on Monday the 15th. All right. Getting ready to kick off the game here. The referee's buzzing the boys to let them know it's time to come on out. Not sure what's taking so long. Capistrano on the ice now, getting a quick stretch in. And Gales are taking the ice. Gales starting the game coming off a solid win last night against Pacific Ridge. Score of 6-3 with goals by Shiberta, with assists from Matt Miller and Tyler Martin. Goal by Jennings with an assist from Miller. Goal by Matt Miller with an assist by Couchet and Swanson. Goal by Cash Johnson with an assist by Creel and O'Hara. Couchet with a goal, assist Swanson. Shiberta with the second goal, unassisted. Yale is currently in third place in the Division III conference, but they're in. Playing against Capistrano United. It's in the opposing division with a current record of 2-10. Yale's currently 11-3 in league play. All right, getting to the end of the season for the Ducks High School Hockey League. Yales, after finishing up their game today, will be on the 3 remaining games over the weekend of February 2nd. Games against Santa Margarita Friday, February 2nd. Playing Los Alamitos on the 3rd. And playing Carlsbad United the 3rd. Late game on the 3rd, be 8 p.m. Pacific time. As we get into February, the league will begin playoffs. Wait for the brackets to be established to understand what the remaining schedule will look like. Capistrano playing with a pretty short bench. It's like a total of 11 skaters. Yeah, 11 skaters and 1 goalie. It's like your starting lineup. It's going to be the money line with Martin and Miller back at the blue. With James Schmier in net. It's like there's one additional puck needs to be picked up. Castrated in for the face-off. Strana comes away with it and tries sending it deep, picked up by Miller and set the other direction. Creel battling. Miller presses the player off the puck, and Martin comes away with it. Martin sends it around the boards, out to Cash Johnson. Cash Johnson's going to bring it up through the neutral zone. Tritton's going to bring it in. Shot off the glove, up and over the net. Tritton has it, sends it back to Miller. Miller winds up, shot deflected, wide. Shot on the short side by Tritton, but off the netting and back behind the goal line. They set it up through the zone, and no icing on the play. Miller, up. There was no hand up. Going to be icing. Puck coming back the other direction. Gales get a line change in. Dunnigan, Jennings, Davis as your forwards. Evan Davis and Poster in on defense. Davis in at the faceoff. Capistrano comes away with it. Stuff back in. Jennings drives it in. Winds up, shot, deflected. Loose out front. Davis comes away with it. Looks back behind the goal line, shoves the player into the boards. Puck comes back around. Poster sends it back into Davis. Davis shot. Stuck under the goalie's pads. Player not happy. Davis is trying to dig it out. But as Tampa Bay Lightning have learned, you got to play to the whistle. Davis wins the face-off. Tampa wins it. Jennings has along the board, sends it back deep. Dunnigan coming around the other side. Couldn't get there in time to pick it off. Posner holding along the boards. Posner sends it back deep. Jennings with a hit. Posner still holding along the wall. Sorry, folks. Puck comes around. Davis drop back. Davis sends it back up to Dunnigan. Comes back to Davis. Hard hit. Davis fishes up to Jennings, who opts to send it into the corner and go for a change. Evan Davis playing up as a forward now. Held in by Marsh. Puck in the neutral zone. Caden O'Hara takes a hit along the boards. Dunnigan sends a player into the bench. Evan Davis brings it across. Shot! Looking for the back corner of the net. Couldn't land it. Just wide. Puck back out in the neutral zone. Send it out to Crochet, who's in now with Marsh and Swanson. Crochet sends it to Swanson. Puck a little too high. Trying to feed it over a stick. And Capistrano brings it across. Coyotes. Goes reverse it back around the boards. Miller sends it to Crochet, sends it to Swanson. Swanson brings it across. Goes wide. It's got Marsh in center. Gets pressed along the boards and in the corner. He goes to center to the blue line. Winds up. Shot. Tipped down in front. Stepancic. Shot. Just wide of the net. Stepancic brings it around the boards. Drops it back. Couldn't get a shot off. O'Hara couldn't get a shot off and pucks him back the other direction. Marsh sends across to Stepancic. Feeds it to Schuberta. Schuberta brings it across. Sends it short side along the goal line. Goalie is able to stop that one. Tritton gets a stick in there. Miller with a hit along the blue line. Is able to hold it. And they said it was offsides. Gibberta, Stepancic, and Trittinen for the faceoff in the neutral zone, with Martin and Evan Davis on defense. Puck comes back to Coyotes. Coyotes send it in. Trittinen presses him off the puck. Puck comes back out to Stepancic. Couldn't hold it. Pretty clean breakaway. Puck comes to Trittinen. Trittinen goes for a defensive regroup with Martin. Martin's going to drive it through. Brings it around the corner. Back behind the goal. Drops it back to Evan Davis. Evan Davis sends it across to Trittinen. Trittinen gets a shot, hits the player's legs. Puck comes back the other direction as they clear. That will be an icing. As the Gales change up all five. Johnson, Colin Davis, and Creel in, as well as Posner and Miller. Davis in for the faceoff in the Gales' offensive zone. 13 minutes remaining. Davis wins it, sends it to Posner. Posner shot tipped by Davis. Puck went wide. Miller drives up, sends it across. No one there. Hits their own player trying to clear it. Hits Davis in the feet. Davis regroups and tries to send it deep, but picked off en route. Puck comes back around to Posner. Posner has it at his feet. Sends it up to Johnson. Johnson and Creel driving it in, trying to feed it to Creel, but picked off. Puck comes back the other direction. Davis throws a player into the boards right in front of the defense. And Creel brings it in. Short side, hits the post, goes wide. Creel still has it. Working on the boards with Davis. Davis comes away with it. And they go for a regroup. Davis comes off. Puck comes out to Miller. Miller's going to walk it up. Shot. Boys are looking for that back corner. Dunnigan holds it in, sending it back into the zone with Marsh. Marsh gets in there. Just couldn't hold it in. And Evan Davis tries feeding it up, but it gets picked off. Loose out in front. Shot up and over the net. Marsh almost comes away with it. O'Hara goes to walk it in. It's loose. Jennings in now. Marsh sends it deep. The boys get to work. Jennings going to get there first. Gets hit as he goes to the boards. He's got Dunnigan out high. Trittinen comes in. Evan Davis chips it up and around. Along the boards, still in play. Evan Davis couldn't hold it on that side. And Martin is going to bring it up during a change. Gale's got number shot over the net. Trittinen couldn't hold it. Puck comes back out to Posner. Trying to find a place to feed it. He's going to bring it up and goes to send it into the zone. Trittinen picks it off. Swanson comes in, sends it across to Trittinen, a little behind him, and he couldn't get a shot off. Martin has it, sends it out to Posner. Posner walks it up and goes to send it deep, but goes into the boards. Into the bench. Stoppage of play. Face-off coming out into the neutral zone. Swanson, Crochet, Trittinen with O'Hara and Miller. Coyotes come away with it. Trittinen gets a stick on it and sends it the other direction. Driving up, getting held. No call. Crochet brings it around the net, looking for a passing option. Tries to get it out to Miller, but picked off en route. Caden O'Hara goes in for a hit as they send it deep around the boards. Miller trying to bring it around. He has it. Brings to the neutral zone. It's got Trittinen to the right. Swanson to the left. Miller brings it back behind the goal line. Sends it over to Swanson. Swanson brings it back the opposite direction. Looking for a passing option. Shovels it back. Trittinen trying to get there in time. Puck comes around. Miller pinched up, got around him, and we have a 2-on-1 the other direction. 3-on-1 as the boys go to back check. Drop it back, shot, wide. 9:35 remaining in the first period. Miller tries stuffing it, couldn't get it. O'Hara's going to bring it around, looking for a passing option. Stepancic in, Colin Davis in, and Chiberta for your forwards. Miller couldn't hold on to it. Puck coming back to the other direction. Chiberta working back on defense, sends it around the boards, trying to get it to O'Hara. Comes back the other direction. Davis comes in, sends it around, and Miller sends it to Stepancic, trying to hit Chiberta. Couldn't hit the tape. Could have been too many men there. Got to be careful. Martin in now on defense with Evan Davis. Martin sends it to Davis, who sends it up to Stepancic. To Chiberta. Chiberta dangles it around. Bounces it around. Sends it across through the center. Stepancic brings it across. Still has it. Trying to get a shot off. Chiberta with a shot. Hits the stick on the way out. Could be picked up by Chiberta, and that's going to be an icing. Fresh legs coming up for a face-off in the Gales' offensive zone. Creel, Johnson, and Marsh in for your forwards. Martin and Evan Davis on defense. 9:27 remaining. 8:27? Hard to tell. The board's not missing some light bulbs. Boys working in the corner there. Creel and Johnson. Gales have it. Johnson trying to find an option here. Creel getting held. Puts his hand up. Cash is working hard in the corner. Puck comes loose. Coyotes have it. And they try driving it the opposite direction. Flick it across. Evan Davis intercepts it. Sends it. Goalie sends it wide into the corner. Marsh is going to get there first. Coyotes with the breakout the other direction. Bring across Evan Davis. The hard hit as the Coyotes send it deep. Bosner and Evan Davis on defense. Bosner looking for a passing option. Scott Cash Johnson sends it out to. Couldn't hold on to it, but it goes around the forward for the defenseman. Coyotes bring it back in. Johnson gets a stick in there. Shot goes wide. Creel fished it out to Evan Davis, who's on the rush. Creel coming in. Marsh digging. Gales need to get a change in there. Marsh comes back the other direction as the boys change. Chips it around. Gets picked off on the way to the puck. Jennings in, as well as Dunnigan. Tritton getting ready to come on the ice. Marsh tries chipping it up. Tritton. Ooh, puck all the way up into the crowd here. Off a stick, off the glass, off the wire, and a couple rows up. Face off in the neutral zone. Tritton, Dunnigan, and Jennings, as well as O'Hara and Martin. Puck almost makes it back out again. Dunnigan pushes up, couldn't get a check in there. Martin brings it around, tries funneling it up. It's a stick on its way over. O'Hara driving it through the other direction. Tritton couldn't get it. Offsides. This can be offsides. Gales trying to get out of the first period funk. It's been plaguing them for a little too long now. Tritton sends it deep into the zone. Back to Jennings. Jennings has it. Dingles around. Sends it back deep. Tritton's back there if he can get there first. We just need to be careful to make sure they go for the puck. Martin drives it up. Jennings drops back. Martin lost a stick. He's playing it with his feet. Fresh kicking back to the point. Tritton pinches off the breakout. Puck comes back into the Gales' offensive zone. Back in the Coyotes' goal area. Jennings comes away with it. Dangles around. Trying to get a shot off. Couldn't. Sent wide. Tritton sends it back around. Jennings is there again. Out to Dunnigan. Couldn't get a shot off. And the Coyotes probably just want to clear this, but they're not going to. Tritton. And they dump it. No ice. Fresh legs coming on. Jennings still on. Davis comes in. Chipped out to Davis. Davis dingles around. Gets hit in the process. So it's lost at his feet. Puck comes back out to Crochet. Crochet puts it into the corner. Swanson, Crochet, and Davis, as well as Miller and Evan Davis. Puck comes out loose in front. Davis is going to get there. Brings it back around. He's got an opening. He's going to walk it up. Sends it to Crochet. Goal. Colin Davis. Dude, Xavier Crochet put the Gales up 1-0 with 4:38 remaining in the first period. Same lineup as before. Coyotes win the face-off. Swanson gets sticking there. Puck comes back out. Davis is going to bring it up, sends it into the zone, and the boys get back to work. Davis is going to get there first for the Gales. Gets a push in there. Puck came back the other direction. Crochet is going to head that off and send it back to Swanson. Swanson has it in the corner. Swanson and Crochet trying to dig the puck out. Coyotes come away with it, try sending it up, hits Crochet, and it's still in play. In the other direction. Pass comes back out to Miller. Miller sending it across. Boys need to tag up. Over the stick of Evan Davis. No icing. Icing? Figured that was still in play. But we'll take it. New lineup. Zapancic, Schuberta, Marsh, Posner, and O'Hara. Puck comes back out to O'Hara. Shot. Loose out in front. And covered by the goalie. Face off. Marsh. Coyotes win it and send it around the boards. O'Hara pinches up. Trying to keep it in place. Steps on the puck. Lost an edge. Marsh still has it. He's bringing it across the goal line. Goes short side. Goal to put him up 2-0. Gales up 2-0. 3:36 remaining. Same lineup as before. Posner, O'Hara, Zapancic, Marsh, and Schuberta. Gales win the face-off. Posner chips it up and deep into the zone. Schuberta able to get a stick in there to keep them from getting the forecheck, but it comes back the other direction. O'Hara brushes him to the wall to slow him down. Gets a stick in there. Don't need a penalty. Shot up and over the net. Puck along the boards. Zapancic has it. Chips it around to Schuberta. Schuberta has it. Feeds it across. Marsh looking for a second one. Coyotes send it up and out. Going to be on net. Schmier feeds it out to Posner, who sends it to Zapancic. Zapancic's going to walk it in. Shot. Goalie couldn't find it. Tritton sends it to Martin. Martin fires off just over. Evan Davis is going to walk it up now. Shot on the short side. Got to be careful for too many men there. Martin feeds it out to Evan Davis. Hits the glass in an odd way and doesn't get deep like they wanted it. Puck comes back the other direction. No icing. Martin brings it around. Sends it up to Cash Johnson. Sends it up to Tritton through his feet. Puck comes back around. Creel on the ice now as well. Money line on. 2:12 remaining in the first period. Evan Davis in. Chips it up to Creel. Creel gets hit as he was leaving the zone. Puck's fed up to Creel, trying to hit Tritton. The boys are battling along the blue line. Evan Davis brings it across. And Martin trying to feed it up, and it gets turned over. It gets picked up. Johnson gets a stick in there. Blue line shot, fed back, bring it around the face-off circle. Coyotes try to feed it center, trying to get a shot off short side, hits the helmet of Schmier, and deflects out to the corner. Going for another shot short side, and James is able to cover. The first good pushes by the Coyotes. The Gales were not able to clear the zone. Fresh bodies on the ice. Colin, Davis, Dunnigan, Jennings, Posner. I believe O'Hara. Back on the other side. Might be Miller. Can't see the number. Puck's fed back to Jennings. Jennings flicks it up. No icing. Davis is going to get there first. Puck is loose. Davis brings it across. Puck. Davis brings it around the corner. Gets hit along the boards. Still holding on to the puck. Jennings trying to dig it out. Dunnigan staying high. Jennings comes away with it. It's in the center. Dunnigan comes in. Puck deflected up and out. Puck's going to make it. No, it will not. Feed it out to Colin Davis. Davis flicks it in. Shot. Hits a Coyote player. Still loose out front. Dunnigan couldn't hold it. O'Hara has it. 27 seconds left. O'Hara feeds it up to Dunnigan. Lifts a stick. So it goes through the zone. O'Hara brings it back. O'Hara is going to walk it up. He's got it at the goal line. Brings it around. Feeds it to Colin Davis. Hit the feet. And they have a breakaway the other direction. 5 seconds left. James with this monster save as we go into the second period. All right, getting ready to kick off the second period. Gales up 2-0. Fresh 17 minutes on the clock. Going to kick off the period with Swanson, Marsh, Shea, O'Hara, and Evan Davis. Coyotes win the faceoff. Go for a defensive regroup. Bad pass. And Gale's trying to take advantage of it. Marsh couldn't hold it in. It's going to come back around to O'Hara. Chips it up. Trying to hit Marsh. Comes back to the other direction. O'Hara Puck checks it off. He's got it in the corner. Feeds it up to himself. To Shea to Swanson. Swanson's bringing it through the zone. Shot off the pads and into the corner. Shea feeds it back up to Swanson. Puck comes out to O'Hara. Couldn't hold it. And it's a 2-on-1 the other direction. Shea back checking. Shot, and James sends it wide. Evan Davis has it, chips it up, and it's going to be an ice. Coming back for Gale's defensive faceoff. Tritton, Sapancic, Johnson. Miller and Shiberta. Sapancic has the puck. He's got Shiberta up high. Sends it out Shiberta. It's stopped at the blue line. Spancic's going to dangle around. Puck comes loose along the boards. Shiberta feeds it over to Sapancic. Sends it back to Shiberta. Drives through. Loose out front. Couldn't get a shot off Martin. Tries to get a shot. Shiberta, the backhand shot, goes over the net. Sapancic gets hit as he's going to the boards. Boys battling along. Shiberta's going to have it back behind the goal. Miller drove up. Puck comes back out to Miller. Miller along the goal. Loose out front. Sapancic. Shot. Off the pads. And they're feeding back up the other direction. Martin with a hard hit center ice. Shiberta's going to trying to feed it up to Tritton. Puck comes back and James is going to cover. Fresh bodies on the ice. Colin Davis, Cash Johnson, Cash Creel, Evan Davis, and I believe Posner. Coyotes win it, but lose it through the neutral zone. Davis in pursuit. Picked off by Cash Johnson. Johnson walks it up. Backhand shot. Loose back behind the goal line. They feed it back out to Evan Davis. Evan Davis tries to get a shot off. Bouncing puck through the center. Out to Cash Johnson. Johnson sends it around to himself. Hits the referee. So they couldn't cycle it through. Puck comes back out to Creel. Creel feeds it to Evan Davis. Hits the skate of Colin Davis. Colin Davis has it. Try to go short side. Hits the post. Feeds it. Around. Creel comes back across the other side. Feeds it to Evan Davis. Evan Davis with a shot. Going for the left side. Puck loose back behind the goal. Puck comes back out to Posner. Posner's going to feed it to Evan Davis. One-timer. Right of the net. Posner's going to pinch up. Keep it in play. Gales need to get a change in. Some tired legs out there. Cash Johnson sends it to Evan Davis. Winds up for a shot. Creel tried sending it in. Went wide. Poster drives up. Johnson and Davis comes in to support. Davis comes away with it. Dingles around. Got it back behind the net. Circling. Shot. Stopped out front. Davis comes off. Marsh comes in. Evan Davis trying to push him off the puck. Keeps him pinned in the corner. Marsh comes in for support. Trying to feed it out to Creel. Creel with a long shift as well as Cash Johnson. Puck through the middle. Still in play. Shot. Hits Cash Johnson. Cash Johnson tries to get a stick in there. Gales now need to get a change. Creel pinned in the corner. Puck still in play. Sent back down to the faceoff circle. Shot. Sent wide by James Schmier. Creel has it. Just getting icing at this point. Just need to clear it. Evan Davis has it. Bring it around. Sends it across to Creel. Creel couldn't hold on to it. Sent back the other direction. Posner has it. Chips it up to Creel. Creel needs to get it and send it, and he does. And the Gales are going for a much-needed change. Jennings in. Jennings in play. Dunnigan in with Marsh. Jennings trying to find an option. Tries to get a shot off. Couldn't. Gets another shot. Deflected. Sent wide. 12 minutes, 19 seconds left in the second period. Jennings pushed off the puck. Dunnigan comes in for support. Coyotes able to clear the zone. One-on-one. Miller's going to get there first. Feeds it back to O'Hara. His forwards break out. It's Dunnigan in motion. He's going through the zone. Onsides. Dunnigan try to feed it to Jennings. Puck comes back out to the face-off circle. The other direction. Coyotes trying to hold on to it. Jennings gets a stick. And Miller sends it back deep into the other corner. Dunnigan brings it around. He's got Jennings loose out front. Sends it across to Jennings. Through his legs. O'Hara winds up. Hits, I believe, Dunnigan on that shot from the blue line. Trying to feed it over to Jennings. O'Hara has it. He's going to walk it up. Jennings drops back. Puck loose in the crease. Tritton comes in with a shot. Stopped. Jennings. Shot. Loose out front. Puck still in the zone. Gales, again, really need to get a change in there. Dunnigan comes off. Swanson comes in. And Coyotes go the other direction. Miller picks it off. Walks it in. Miller sends it to Swanson, who gets it one time, but just wide of the net. Swanson dangling around. Gets hit. Boucher gets hit. Tritton sends it back to Miller. Miller tries to chip it around, and he does. Tritton's going to send it around the boards. Boucher's going to get there first. It's got Swanson in the faceoff circle. Got Tritton in the center. Out to Swanson. Looking for a passing option. Nope, he's going to get a shot off just wide of the net. Miller walks around the net. Boys need to change. Miller, short side, hits the post, comes back into the corner. Sends it back out to Swanson. Swanson drops it back to Crochet. Back out to the blue line. O'Hara couldn't hold on to it. It's going to give the Coyotes a much-needed change. As the Gales try to get a stretch pass option, couldn't land it. That's going to be an icing. Davis in for the face-off. It's got Evan Davis in there as well. Davison's around the boards to Zapancic. Shiberta's in motion. Chips it around to Shiberta. It's going to be in reach. Shiberta, Zapancic, and Davis in. Shot, short side. They had a 3-on-1. Puck sent back to Evan Davis. Evan Davis sends it over, hits a player's skate. Shiberta trying to hold on to it along the boards. Couldn't. Zapancic keeps it in play. Sends it out. Comes back out to the Martin. Martin opts to send it down to Colin Davis. Colin Davis dingles around. Is pushed. Shiberta sends it around the boards to Davis. Sends it to Zapancic. Couldn't get a shot off. Shiberta is tied up, trying to get a shot off. Martin's going to walk up. Feed it back in to Shiberta. Puck still in play with Martin. Martin gets a shot, goes wide. Sorry, hits the net. The goalie. Davis picks off the breakout, flicks it back into Shiberta. Couldn't hold on to it. Davis puts pressure. They try to clear, and the puck's in the neutral zone. Martin looking to send it deep, so they can't get a change in. Feeds it out to Shiberta, and the boys are back on offense. Feeds it up into the crease. Loose out front. Davis gets there first. Trying to feed it to Zapancic. Zapancic, the stick lift going into the boards. Davis brings it around the corner. There's a holding there. No call. Puck airborne. As the Coyotes are getting a much-needed change. Shiberta stays high. He brings it around. Thought he was going to feed it to Creel. Goal. Gales up 3-0. goals so far this game. Liam Marsh, assist by Schiberta and Spancic. This was a goal by Crochet. Assist by Jennings. That one unassisted, Schiberta. Cash Johnson's going to bring it in. He's got Marsh and Creel. Johnson goes short side, hits the post. Coyotes clear it. Posner and Miller on defense. Miller gets there first. It's going to be an icing, though. 7:45 remaining in the second period. Cash Johnson battling on the boards. Got Marsh low in support, and Creel staying high. Face-off circle. Creel comes away with it. Drops it back to Posner. Posner feeds it back up. Picked off and sent across. Posner gets a stop center ice. Brings it in to Creel, who's out by himself. Gives it out to Marsh. Marsh couldn't hold on to it. Creel, not happy with the turnover, goes in for the hit. Coyotes come away, feed it up. James is going to field this one. Send it wide for Miller. Miller brings it around. I think he's going to skate it up himself. Dingles around, gets picked off. Creel has it, feeds it back to Cash Johnson. Cash Johnson, shot, loose out front. Creel trying to go short side and covered by the goalie. Face-off coming back into the Gales' offensive zone. Tritton, Dunnigan, and Jennings coming up with O'Hara and Evan Davis at the blue line. Coyotes won it, but Gales regrouped and got it. Dunnigan goes short side twice, hits players on its way over. Puck comes around the boards. Jennings going to try to head that off. Comes back with Evan Davis, who holds it. It's on the ground. Puck's in the neutral zone. Jennings holding it in. Sorry, Evan Davis holds it in. Jennings is on the forecheck. Comes away with it. Tries getting a shot short side. Jennings still has it. Sends it back to Tritton. Tritton shot. Hits a player. He's down. O'Hara on the ice in the back corner. Loose out front. Dunnigan tries to get a shot off. It's tied up. Tritton now. Player still on the ice that was injured. Evan Davis shot. Hits a couple players on its way over. Hits Dunnigan's helmet. Loose up in the air. Back down loose. Center. O'Hara almost gets it. Evan Davis is going to go in. Gets a stick on it. Prevent the shot from getting off. Tritton. Got to be careful. It's getting a little chippy. O'Hara feeds it up to Jennings. Boys are getting pretty tired. They shovel it out to Dunnigan. Dunnigan, as it through the face-off circle, gets hit off the puck. Tritton grinding along the boards. Boucher comes in. Puck comes back out along the wall. Dunnigan grinding along the boards with Tritton. Referee letting the other Coyotes know to keep the stick down. Martin holds it in. Gets picked off his way through. Fresh legs on the ice. Got to be careful not to play that. Feeds it back up to Davis. Davis is going to drive it in. Tries sending it over. Hits a stick on the way across. Posner and Davis come in. Posner sends it across to Swanson. Swanson has it along the corner. Davis comes in. Comes back out to Crochet. Feeds it back to the blue line. Martin sends it to Posner. Posner. Shot. And the goalie is able to swallow that one up. I feel like the players getting a little selfish. Not passing as much as they should. These players will kind of get into a feeding frenzy mode. 4:23 remaining. Puck's loose. Davis has it. Tries sending it out to the blue line. Gets stuff there. He has it. It's tied up again on the boards. Shea comes in, goes up to Swanson. Swanson also held up. Swanson dangles it across the goal line and lands another one. 5-hole goal for Swanson. Bring it 4-0. Sorry, folks. Scoreboard wasn't updating for me. All right. Coyotes try feeding it into the offensive zone, gets stopped. Gibberta tries sending it across to Spancic, but hits a stick on the way there. Miller stuffed to the blue lines. Gibberta dingles around. It's got Marsh and Spancic. Shot. Loose out front. Spancic tries stuffing a short side. Still loose. And the goalie covers. Scoreboard updated now. Looks like a 4-0 score. 3:25 remaining in the second period. Jennings sends it back to Gibberta. Gibberta gets a shot. It hits the goalie's pad and goes wide. Spancic sends it across. Defense couldn't hold on to it. Miller trying to send it out to O'Hara. Couldn't get enough of the stick on it. James is going to hold it. Fed out. Defenseman couldn't hold on to it. It's a foot race. Spancic's going to get there first. Puck still in play. Gets hit along the boards. Marsh almost drags it across. Comes back out to the neutral zone. 2:45 remaining. Martin sends it out to Spancic. Dodges the ref. Spancic brings it wide. Sends it across. Short side. Net is off its post. Oh, they brought it back. Martin. Shot. Comes back. Spancic. Shot. Sorry, Gibberta. Spancic came off for a change. Evan Davis pushed up. Held in by Martin. Martin trying to dingle around. Evan Davis is going to send it deep. Cash Johnson dropped back as a defenseman, and that's going to be an icing. Puck's coming back for a Gales offensive face-off. .212 remaining in the game. Sorry, in the period. Last goal, Swanson with an assist, Colin Davis. Evan Davis with a shot, goes wide. Cash Johnson almost feeds it through the crease. Creel has it, sends it across to Johnson. Couldn't hold on to it. It comes back around to Martin. Martin winds up, couldn't get a shot off. And puck is in play. Tritton sends it back for a defensive regroup. Puck out to Cash Johnson, brings it across. It's got Creel and Tritton with them. Johnson sends it to Evan Davis. Evan Davis, shot, goal. Looks like it was tipped in by Creel. Evan Davis to Cash Creel. To make it a 5-0 game. And we will make sure the scoreboard reflects it. And there we go. 1:39 remaining in the second period. Money line still out with Evan Davis and Tyler Martin. Coyotes win the faceoff. Creel gets a stick on it. Martin sends it wide. Puck back in the Gales. Behind the net. Martin's going to bring it around. Feed it up to Creel. Creel trying to hit Tritton. Couldn't. Martin brings it out. He hits Tritton with it. He's across. Got a player behind him. It's hit. Before he get the pass off. Evan Davis shot. Hits a Coyote player who's going to feel that tomorrow. Tritton feeds it back up into the corner. Both teams kind of playing catch here. Cash Johnson The short side, loose out front. Tritton trying to get a shot off and move away here. But the goalie got hit during the short side shots. I'm just going to head out and take a look. Now take a brief break here. All right. Strange turn of events here. So goalie left the game with an injury, and after a lot of discussion between the coaches and the refs, it looks like Gale's backup goalie will be playing for the other team, I guess, in lieu of a forfeiture. Let's see what happens here. Davis into the faceoff. Coyotes get it, send it into the corner. It's at the feet of Davis along the boards. Got O'Hara and Posner in. Posner looking for a passing option, sends it up to Jennings. Jennings comes across with Dunnigan. Feeds it out to O'Hara. O'Hara shovels it across the goal line. Out to Jennings. Jennings hit along the boards. Trying to feed it across the crease. Jennings sends it out to Posner. Posner sends it across just outside the crease. where Kelly sits on behalf of the Coyotes. Jennings winds up, sends it across to Dunny. Dunny shot, hits a player as it goes across. Davis comes in, separates him from the puck. Jennings dangling, couldn't get a shot off. And this is a first for me. We have 2 Gale goalies in net. Kelly subbing in for the other team is the E-Bug. Some communication happening down here with the referees and looks like an official from the Anaheim Ducks League. Game currently 5-0 as we head into the third. Five 0 game. Kelly looks like he is going to stay in net. Official still on the ice talking to the refs. More communication between the other refs and the coach. Don't know if they're going to let him play this game this way or what. Try to see what we have here. Ducks official pointing at Kelly in net. Some head shaking, some shrugging of shoulders. Officials coming off the ice. And it looks like we're doing this. Marsh, Crochet, and Swanson in. Coyotes bringing it off the face-off. Martin gets a stick lift to set it across. And James Schmier are able to save with a shot just outside the crease. Gales win the face-off. Come back the other direction. Liam Marsh on the charge with Crochet to his right. They weave around. Marsh shot on Kelly and finished by Swanson. Swanson's second of the game. Gales up 6-0. Tritton, Schuberta, and Pancic with Evan Davis and Posner in on the blue line. We're in a situation where the clock's going to run. Coyotes win it. Schuberta tried getting it across, couldn't. Coyotes bring it back around through the center ice and send it deep. Schmier tried sending it around, couldn't get quite enough on that one. Pancic beats it up. A lot of kicking and slashing through the neutral zone. Posner able to get a poke check and come away with this puck. Working back behind the goal line, sends it across to Evan Davis, trying to feed it out to Pancic. And puck back behind the goal line again. Davis feeds it to Posner. Got Pancic on the wing, stopped on the exit, fed back in. Tritton brings around the face-off circle, around the boards, over to Pancic. Tries hitting Schuberta. Schuberta brings it across, sends it deep. Evan Davis on the forecheck. Tritton couldn't hold on to it. Working as a defenseman, Tritton sends it to Evan Davis. Tries shoveling it in, but couldn't. Sends it to Spancic. Spancic's coming in. Dingles around. His puck checked into the corner. Weaves around. Colin Davis comes in. O'Hara shot. It's up, but not out. Schuberta tries stuffing short side. Loose out front. And it's a 2-on-1. Davis sends it out to Schberta. Schberta brings it across. Gets poke checked off. Comes the other direction. O'Hara dangles. Tries to get a shot off. He's poke checked. Miller with a hit along the boards. Creel in now. Able to separate him from the puck. Comes out to Cash Johnson. Feeds it across to Creel. Sends it deep. Davis is going to go in. He's got Cash Johnson. Davis sends it to Johnson. Loses it, and Kelly covers back behind the net to stop the Gales force check against the Gales goalie. Davis in for the faceoff. Coyotes win it. Creel trying to send it over to Johnson. Davis comes in for support. Martin holding up along the wall on defense. 12:53 remaining in the third period. Davis comes away with it. Sends it to Martin. Martin feeds it back up to Creel. Stick lift by Johnson. Couldn't hold on to it. Creel has it. Davis gets stick in there. Puck deflected back out to Martin. Martin's going to dance around and bring it through. Sends it across to Creel. Creel with one already for the afternoon. Bosner winds up. Shot. Bouncing puck just wide of the net. Martin has it back behind the goal line. Feeds it across to Johnson. Martin rolls back on defense and says, wait a minute, came back here. And feed it up to Creel. Creel still gets the stick on it, keep it in the zone, but it's going to come back the other direction. Davis hits Creel, puck into the Gales offensive zone where the Gale goalie awaits. Coyotes going for a break out the other direction. Shot. Schmier save. Sends it wide back behind the goal. Jennings on the forecheck dangles around through the neutral zone. He's got Marsh to his left. Jennings with one already, I believe. It's been quite a few goals. Dunnigan comes in. Fed out to O'Hara. O'Hara feeds it to Jennings. One-timer. Save. Kelly. So for those who joined us here recently, we have injury for the Coyotes' only goalie. Then again, feeds it out to O'Hara. O'Hara shot. Coyotes going to forecheck. Injury to the goalie, to the rib area, it looks like, and I believe they had the option of either forfeiting the game or find an e-bug, backup goalie, which Gales obliged had Kelly drop in. Evan Davis shot loose out front. Kelly nabs it. So we are clock's going to run due to the goal differential. 6-0 for the Gales. They will finish out the game with Kelly in net, working for the opposing team. Coyotes come away with the face-off win. We got 2-on-2 going the other direction. Poke checks by Posner. Posner able to hold it along the wall. Feeds it back up. Coyotes still come away with it. Shot up and over the net. Tritton pressing the blue line. Forces a pass down. Boucher works along the wall. Shot. James by Schmier off the blocker. Boucher feeds it back up. Tritton couldn't get there in time. Boucher dangles around. Feeds it up to Swanson. Swanson brings it across. Fakes a pass. Ends up losing it to Miller. Miller feeds it back to Swanson. Sends it around. Boucher's going to get there first. Sends it back to Posner. Posner's going to walk it up. Shot. Tipped. Wide. Miller sends it back around the boards to Swanson. Swanson Dingles around. Sends it to Shea, but picked off on the cycle. Miller holds it in. Sends it around the boards. Tritton couldn't head off board. Poser's trying to walk it up, but gets poke checked. Comes back out to Tritton. Tritton feeds it into the zone. Tritton walks it up, backhands it into the Coyote zone. Coyotes do the stretch pass the other direction. Tritton, poke check by Miller. Send it wide. Miller, miscommunication, turned over right in front of the net. Tritton sends it around. Gilberto was trying to get a stick in there. Shot, bouncing puck along the goal line, fed out front. Miller is there to pick it up. Try to feed it out through the neutral zone, and he does. To get the clear. Tritton comes off. Davis on through your center, and that'll be an offsides. 8:03 left on the clock as it runs down. No stoppage. Davis, Spancic, and Gilberto, as well as Evan Davis and Martin. Davis in for the faceoff. Gales win it. Comes back out to Martin. Martin sends it across to Davis. Davis brings it across himself. Drops it back to Evan Davis. Martin brings it around. Sends it to Gilberto. Gilberto couldn't hold on to it. Hits Davis in the chest. Davis is going to walk it in. Sends it across to Spancic. Shot. Loose. And Kelly able to get a save. Same lineup on the other side. Kelly seeing about as many shots on net as James has all game. Davis comes away with it. Sends it across to Gilberto. Kelly gets tripped up as the Coyotes go on the forecheck. Gilberto is able to come away with the turnover. He's got Davis with him. And to the Davis. Davis extends. Martin dangles around. Tries to feed it up. And we have a breakaway the other direction. Shot wide. Evan Davis comes in, feeding it up. Gets stuffed, though. Martin has it. Back behind the goal. Sends it to Spancic. Spancic trying to feed it around, but gets picked off. Shot. Martin sends it wide. Martin with a hard hit. Davis has it. Still has it. Shot. James sends it wide. Gilberto brings it up through the neutral zone. Loses it in the process. Brings it across. Spancic's going to go back for a change. And cleared. No ice. Just out of reach of Miller. Miller feeds it up to Marsh. Chips it in the zone. Comes back around to Johnson. Out to O'Hara. O'Hara shot. Kelly with the save. .508 remaining in the third period. And Marsh with the second for the afternoon, making it 7-0. .440 remaining in the third. Coyotes win the faceoff. Chip it up through the neutral zone. O'Hara brings back behind the net. Sends it out to Miller. Miller trying to get it out to Marsh. Off. We're going to bring it back the other direction behind the goal. It's loose out front. Marsh clears it. Sends it back to Miller. Sorry, Creel has it. Creel drives it in. Sends it across. It's going to get Johnson. Johnson, it's loose out front. Brings it around. Goal. Sorry, the puck is back behind the net. It's back up to Creel. Sends it across to Tritton. Shot. Deflected and cleared the other direction. That's going to be an icing. And fresh legs on the ice for the Gales. Jennings, Dunnigan, Tritton, as well as Evan Davis and Bozeman. Tritton in for the faceoff. Running with 3:15 remaining. Stretch pass. Going to take a bad bounce and no ice. He was able to beat it. Evan Davis was able to come away with it. Funnels it up to Jennings. Chips it up to Tritton. Tritton sends it to Dunnigan, but picked off as it went through. Jennings is going to bring it in himself. Dangles around. It's tied up as he tried to get a shot off. Feeds it back to Evan Davis. Evan Davis shot. Tipped by Tritton. Dunnigan shot. Short side. Sent wide. And net is out of position. Stoppage of play. 2:30 remaining in the third. Jennings sends it around the boards. Coyotes chip it up. Hits the hand of Posner and out. Face-off's going to come back into, I believe, the neutral zone. And it will. Same lineup as before. Puck gets into the Gales defensive zone. Jennings in pursuit. Tritton sporting it. Dunnigan staying high. Puck comes back out. Dunnigan battling. Sends it back in. Dunnigan pressing along the boards. He's able to hold it in. Feed it the other direction to Jennings. Jennings has got Tritton. Jennings tries to get a backhand 5-hole shot. Dunnigan sends it back to Jennings. Jennings taken down. Get back around to the point. Evan Davis with a hit. O'Hara in. Tries to get a stick on it, preventing a shot. And looks like O'Hara is going to be in the box for the first penalty of the game for either team. Kelly coming out of net. Gales on the penalty kill. Kelly sitting with the other team. Shot. James with the save. And puck's coming back the other direction. Empty net. Swanson's going to walk it up. Feeds it in. Making it 8-0. Shot of Kelly in the net. Some fist bumps from the Coyotes players for helping them out. Finish up the game. 5 seconds left, and that'll be it, folks. Gales come away. It's another win. 7-0. Kelly catching some flack on the other side. It's all good fun. Kelly coming in and helping out the Coyotes. We get the game finished up. All right, folks, that wraps up the weekend. We do not have a third game as usual. Gales will play the next game on Friday, the 12th, against the Utah Dogs. That'll be Friday. Saturday, we'll have 2 games. Saturday we'll have a game against the PSD Prospects. Sunday against the Tri-Valley Blue Devils. The semifinal games Sunday evening and the championship game, if it gets there, on Monday. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.